In this triad exercise, again, we're looking at solving a system of inequalities using a graph, which gives us a shaded region if there's something that satisfies both inequalities. And that shaded region for the overlap of both inequalities is the solution to the system. It's just like the previous examples we've looked at. First, we graph the line for the inequality. If it's inclusive, it has the equal sign, we make it a solid line. If it is not inclusive, doesn't include the equal sign, then it's a dashed line. So for our first inequality, y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2, we graph y equals 3x minus 2. So at x equals 0, we're going to have negative 2. And that's just substituting in 0 for x and then subtracting the 2. At 3, let's take it out a ways. So 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2 is 7. So 3, 7. And then let's go with negative 1. That's going to be 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So negative 1, negative 5. And then connect the dots in this case again with a solid line. Try to get that straight edge moved a little over. So here's the boundary line for our first inequality. And now we want to know what side to shade. So as usual, I will use 0, 0 to test which side we should shade. So we have 0, is that greater than or equal to 3 times 0 minus 2? So is 0 greater than or equal to negative 2? It is, so we know we're going to shade this left-hand side. Again, this is the solution to our first inequality. We'll graph the second inequality in a similar manner. And then where they overlap is going to be the solution to the system. So now we want to look at our other inequality. Y is less than negative 1. So we're just going to graph the line y equals negative 1. And that's just a horizontal line at y equals negative 1. So we don't need to plot any points. I am going to go ahead and change our color so we can differentiate. And we're looking at y equals negative 1. Again, it's going to be a dashed line this time because it does not include the equal sign. And again, we'll test 0, 0. Well, there is no x. So is 0 less than negative 1? That is false. Y is 0. And that's not less than negative 1. So instead of shading above the line, we'll shade on the opposite side of the line, below it. So this purple area is the solution to our second inequality. And then this area in the bottom left where they overlap, that is going to be the solution to our system. So we'll test a point. Let's go with negative 2, negative 2. And that's how we'll check our solution. We'll go with negative 2, negative 2. So in our first inequality is negative 2 greater than or equal to 3 times negative 2 minus 2. That gives us negative 2 greater than or equal to negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. So that checks. And then in our second inequality, again, y is negative 2, and we want to know is that less than negative 1? And it is. So that verifies that this section right here that we've shaded in with the overlap of both solutions to each inequality, that would be our solution to the system.